Welcome to my channel. So in this video, we are going to solve one sinusoidal problem using Laplace transform. So in the previous videos, we solved some standard signals, unit impulse signal, unit step signal, ramp signal, then three types of exponential signal we solved. So in this, we are going to solve the sinusoidal signal. So here the question is, obtain the Laplace transform of x of t equal to a sin omega t into u of t. Okay, so this problem already we solved in Fourier transform also. Okay, so here we are going to the question is that obtain the Laplace transform of this signal. Okay, so what is the use of transform? It is used to convert the time domain signal into frequency domain signal. Okay, so here, so first we have to write the Laplace transform of the given signal x of t. So what is the formula? Laplace transform of the given signal x of t equal to capital X of s equal to integration minus infinity to infinity x of t e power minus st into dt. Okay, so here we have to substitute the x of t. So what is the x of t? A sin omega t into u of t. So you know this sinusoidal signal is multiplied with u of t. So you know if any one signal multiplied with the unit step signal means it is a causal signal. What is mean by causal signal? The signal is only available from the time t equal to 0 to plus infinity. Okay, it is only available for the positive time. So that's why the integration limit we have to apply. This is the bilateral Laplace transform. So if it is a causal signal means we have to use the unilateral Laplace transform. That is the integration limit is from 0 to infinity. Okay, so 0 to infinity, what is the x of t? A sin omega t into e power minus st into dt. Okay, so here this a is an amplitude constant. So you take it outside. Then the integration of here the variable t is available in sine term and e power term. Okay, so in order to integrate this one, so we are going to use one method. Here the sine omega t, the sine omega t we have to express in terms of e power. Okay, so already you know the formula for sine theta. What is sine theta? E power j theta minus e power minus j theta divided by 2j. Okay, so in the Fourier transform also we proceed in this manner only. Okay, so the sine omega t we have to write it as e power j omega t minus e power minus j omega t divided by 2j into e power minus st into dt. Okay, so here this 1 divided by 2j, it is also a constant. So you take it outside. So a divided by 2j you keep. Then this e power minus st you give it to each term. So we can write e power j omega t e power minus st minus e power minus j omega t e power minus st into dt. Okay, so here you just combine the two, the e base is common, so we have to combine the power. So how to write? Always if you are writing, we will write s minus some term or s plus some term. So but here e power minus, if we are taking minus t as a common, we have to write s minus of j omega. Okay, just multiply. So e power minus st, e power minus of minus plus j omega t. So this answer will come. Okay, similarly minus you combine these two e power. So we can written as e power minus s plus j omega t dt. Okay, so then you integrate. So if you are integrating the first term, we will get e power minus s minus j omega t divided by minus of s minus j omega. Similarly, if you are integrating this term, e power minus s plus j omega t by minus of s plus j omega with the limit 0 to infinity. So first we have to substitute the upper limit. So if you are substituting this infinity, here means e power minus infinity. What is the answer for e power minus infinity? It is 0. Similarly, minus, we have to substitute the upper limit. So again e power minus infinity, it is 0. So if you are substituting the upper limit, we will get 0 minus 0. Then minus of, we have to substitute the lower limit. What is the lower limit? 0. We have to substitute in the place of t, we have to put 0. So e power 0, what is the answer? Plus 1. So 1 divided by minus of s minus j omega. Okay. Then this minus of, again if you are putting t equal to 0, this one is 1. So 1 by minus of s plus j omega. So here, so this minus is common for both the term. Okay, so here you note down this minus is common for, if you are applying the lower limit, then this minus is common for both the term. So you give this minus to both the term. So minus minus, here it will change into plus. Then already here minus of minus plus, then again one minus, so minus will come. So a by 2j, 1 by s minus j omega minus 1 by s plus j omega. Okay, so this is the answer for the our sine omega t signal. Okay, so this is the answer. So if we want to reduce to some simplified answer, means we may take LCM. So take LCM for this two term. So in the denominator, s plus s minus j omega, s plus j omega. So a plus b, a minus b. What is the answer? A squared minus b squared. So if you are taking LCM here, s plus j omega minus s minus of minus plus j omega. So here s cancelled. Now 2j omega. So a by 2j omega by s squared plus omega squared. So here this 2j cancelled. So what is the answer? A omega by s squared plus omega squared. So this is the Laplace transform of a sine omega t u of t. So a sine omega t u of t, the Laplace transform is a omega by s squared plus omega squared. This is also a standard answer. Okay, so in the Fourier transform, in the place of this omega, okay, in the place of this s, there is a j omega will be there. Okay, j omega term will be there. So this is the Laplace transform of a sine omega t. And we have to find the ROC. Okay, so we have to find the ROC. So in order to find the ROC, so you don't take this answer, you take this answer. So here the poles are in splitted format. So that's why, so what is the pole for the given equation? Here the 2s term is there. So there are two poles. What is the first pole? The first pole equal to s equal to j omega. The another pole equal to s equal to minus j omega. So the two poles are said to be, imaginary poles. So imaginary pole means the pole is available on the y-axis. Okay, so one pole is located here, another one pole is located here. Okay, this is plus j omega, this is minus j omega. Okay, so the two poles are lies in the y-axis. Okay, and in order to calculate the ROC, so what is the, so always we have to write the real of this denominator part. Okay, the real of the denominator part is greater than 0. Similarly, the second ROC is the real of this denominator part greater than 0. So you have to write the real of s minus j omega greater than 0. So here you keep this s inside, this minus j omega you give it to right side. So j omega, you know what is j omega? J omega is an imaginary part. So here we take real part. So the real part of s minus j omega means this j omega is imaginary. So it is discarded. So we will get the answer real of s is greater than 0. Okay. Similarly, according to the second thing, real of s plus j omega is greater than 0. So here the j omega is an imaginary part. So from this the real of s greater than 0. So anyway, we will get the ROC is real of s greater than 0. Okay. So which one is a real of s? That is real of s means, it's a sigma. So where the sigma is 0 in the origin, that is in the y-axis, we will get the sigma greater than 0. Okay, so this y-axis, above this y-axis, that is greater than this y-axis, sigma greater than 0, it is said to be the ROC. Okay, so for the sinusoidal signal, which one is ROC? Sigma greater than 0. Okay, similarly, for cosine signal also, the same ROC, it will come. Okay, so this is the sinusoidal problem. Okay, so what is the Laplace transform of a sine omega t into u of t? A omega by s squared plus omega squared, and ROC is real of s, that is sigma greater than 0. Okay, so thanks for watching, and keep watching, and in the next video we are going to solve the cosine problem and so on. Okay, so thank you.